Hey everybody, this is Foolish Mortal 42 back with some more World of Warcraft Classic Anniversary Burning Crusade pre-patch. Alright, so it is January 27th. So we've got about a week and a half before Burning Crusade fully drops. So I'm kind of getting into prep work right now. So I did a little bit of farming this morning. I bought, or didn't buy, I got 3 stacks of wool cloth, 3 stacks of silk cloth, and 3 stacks of mage weave. And I'm working on several more stacks of rune cloth because I want to be able to do the cloth turn-ins at the cities so that I can get some experience once we hit once the higher levels unlock, of course. And for these quests that are in my log, I did do the termite quest just to get some stuff out of my inventory to free up some space. So what I want to do today, or at least this week, is get these dungeon quests completed but not turned in, and then all of these level 60 quests. um, I may advance this one because the later parts of that do give a lot of experience. um, I want to get these done. I would like to go to Dire Mall and another Elbers and Upper Blackrock if I could. But basically, I want to get as many high level quests done as possible so that I can basically just spend about 20 minutes doing turn ins and get maybe close to level 61 by the time we actually are ready to go into Outland. But that's kind of my idea because we will have the all of these dungeon quests that we can turn in, which will be a good amount of experience. And then we have Undercity Runecloth that we can do. We have um, Dark Spear that we can turn in, and Silvermoon City, which is why we need the silk and the mage weave, or the wool, silk, and mage weave. Because, let me show that. So we still have the Runecloth in Undercity. And we still have Runecloth with the Dark Spear. And then we have wool, mage weave, and silk in Silvermoon. So now we're up here and we're just going to grab this Heroes of Darrowshire book. Oh, well, somebody else got it. Well, we'll just have to wait a second. But I'm hoping that that will be enough experience. I mean, even if we only get 2/3 of the way, I still think that's going to be worth taking the time to do these and just kind of have them sit in my quest log for a little while. And I mean, it will give us a little chunk of cash, even though once level 61 opens up, we won't be getting like the bonus gold. But yeah, I want to get as close to level 61 as I can so that when we get into Outland, we can start doing kind of higher level stuff. I've kind of got a bit of a gear plan set up, yeah, kind of roughed out. So there is a a staff that we can get really quickly that has attack power and stamina pretty quickly. Even if we can't get into ramparts and get Ursul's Claw, which would be like that would be the goal, is to get that pretty quickly. But I mean, there is a quest that we can do right into Hellfire Peninsula that we can grab something really easily. That's got some attack power. It's like 100, I think. Or no, it's like 65. But still, 65 attack power right off the bat is it's pretty nice. So somebody else is doing the actual end of that quest line. I think after this part, when we turn this into Tyrian Fordring with the... Oh, and I need to grab Redpath's shield too while we're over here. I almost forgot. And that's right here. But before we do that, we're going to run back to the bulwark really quick and turn in the plague termites just to get that out of the way, because it's only level 55, so... And... Sorry, I just ate some cereal. Of course, right before I started recording. I want to get enough Plague Bloom and Mountain Silver Sage to make at least 10 to 20 Mongoose potions, which I think would be easier. But I mean, I could also do the Dreamful. I can find Dreamful pretty quick also. Whoops, let's do let's do that. But just basically to give us some really quick alchemy levels as soon as we get to Thralmar. Because there's an alchemist and an herbalist trainer there that can get us get our I think it's, I can't remember the term for that. Grandmaster Alchemist? So I need at least 2 stacks, if not 3 stacks of each. I don't want to have to purchase that. But getting 3 stacks of each of those should not be too difficult, especially we're going to be kind of questing over here in Eastern Plaguelands just in a little bit. So there should be plenty of that type of what I need. So if not, I can get some out of the auction house. But I spent part of yesterday at work, which I know I'm not supposed to do, but I spent part of that time rewatching some of my old videos when I first got into Outland, when Classic actually went. Yeah, alright, so that is out of our inventory. And we got some more gold. When Classic went into actual Burning Crusade, and I was on, I think it was on when I was on Flagell. When I got there, my enchanting wasn't maxed out, my tailoring wasn't maxed out. I didn't have an Arcanite rod, so I couldn't level my enchanting up correctly. I didn't have a lot of money saved up. I think I only had like 50 or 60 gold. Like I had not put in the time that I needed to on that character because I got 2/3 of I got to the end game and I'm like, well, I don't want to just keep recording the same dungeons over and over and over again, which is kind of what I ended up doing. But then I made another character to level, and then I kind of split my money up and my resources, and it didn't work out really good. And I think that's why I got so kind of frustrated with Flagell. I know that was a big. We really enjoyed Flagell when he was Shadow Priest, but then I made him basically a healer, and the questing was just. It was very difficult. I was watching it. I'm like, I don't know why I did that. Did not enjoy it. It was very frustrating. It was very frustrating to watch too. So for all of you that have stuck with me through that debacle, I appreciate that. But I think I'm really enjoying playing this character and this kind of build. It's been really really fun. Even though I'm not 100% geared for really good dungeons. I mean, I can definitely do like 5 mans, like Scholomance and Strathhome. Like I can totally tank those with really no problem whatsoever. But when I get into more serious type stuff, it's a lot more. There's just a lot more prep that you have to do, especially in Classic. In Burning Crusade, not as much. It's not as. Don't want to say that they made Burning Crusade easier, because some of the heroics are actually quite difficult until you get like raiding gear, and then you can just basically just run through it. Like I think the amount of difference between levels. Okay, so let's look at some of our gear here, and I'll kind of explain it. So you take Thrall's Resolve, which is a level 60 quest reward, right? It's really good. It's got 150 armor, 4 strength, 7 stamina, and that's considered a very good ring. It's not in game by any stretch. Why have I not done? I've lost honor. Travel to Northdale. Oh, that's Symbol of Lost Honor. Oh, I was doing Heroes of Dareshire. Oh, okay. But anyway, but that's a really good ring. I mean that's I mean it's not AQ 40 main tank ring, but it's very good. And then Don Julio's band, which is actually considered best in slot free Nax, basically. And it's not that much better. Like that's you get a little bit of hit, but not much. It's only 10. That's 1% hit. Um, and then these pants, these are considered pre-raid best in slot. And I mean, even later, one of our trinkets, the Rune of the Guard Captain, 1% hit and 20 attack power. And that's, best in slot pre-raid. you take this type of gear and then compare it to level 60 gear, there are some improvements, but it's not a what I would consider a vast improvement. You look at gear in Burning Crusade, the level 70 dungeon blues compared to just like your entry level purples, you know, that are not really high level. And just that difference is vast. I need ghouls. And let's aggro everything while we're out here. But yeah, so even though there's only 10 levels of gear, I mean, we can look at we need a bunch of noxious plague bats too. I know I'm kind of rambling, but I do have a method to my madness. So we can look at... So let's look at Ursul's Claw here. All right. 197 attack power, 28 strength, 27 agility, 27 stamina. There's no armor on it. That is really good. There is... I want to say that there is another staff. I know there's several quested ones. I'm trying to find it. I looked at it yesterday. I can't remember. Yeah, here it is. So this one is the level 71, 46, 27, 28, 539 attack power. So you compare that to Ursul's Claw, which is just a few levels earlier. You know, like the amount of difference in that gear. And then you go into the oh, the Earth Warden. 500, I mean, which is, I mean, it's another 200 attack power. And this is also level 70. The the amount of difference in the gear is from the blues to that step up is really big. So that's, I think, is a big issue. Not like an issue, but it's what helps streamline that in-game experience. So once you kind of start getting into the in-game, and then you start getting like the justice, oh, what are they called? Marks of justice? No. Yeah, Badge of Justice. Yeah, you start getting those, and then you can get, you know, some, you can purchase gear with those. And those also are so vastly superior to what you can get in dungeons. It's quite a step up. Nope. Oh, dang, why did I do that? I just saw wings and I'm like, yeah, I'll just kill this. Yeah, so what I may do is... I'm not sure. I don't really want to spend a lot of time like doing follow-up quests out here either. Because there's follow-up quests to what I'm doing here now to kill some name some name mobs. And they used to be elites, but now they're just regular mobs. But I don't want to, yeah, like I said, I don't want to spend a lot of follow-up time because there are quests to do in to be able to actually go into the portal right there at the entrance. But we should be able to do all of that pretty quickly. And then of course you can, once somebody actually is on the other side of the portal, like it just takes a couple of people to get over there and then they can start just summoning people to Hellfire Ramparts, which a lot of people are going to do. They're just going to rush to Ramparts and then just start doing Ramparts over and over and over again. I don't think that's what I want to do. It's definitely an option to do a lot of dungeon runs, because there's some decent gear in there, and then of course you're getting your rep bonus, your rep, and then before you even kind of start doing the questing. But we definitely want to get flagged for those dungeon quests, because the experience is really big on those, and usually the quest rewards are very good also. Yeah, so we're literally chewing through these pretty quickly. Hope everybody is having a good winter so far. It is absolutely bitterly cold here in Kentucky right now. It is, let me check my weather app here. It is 8 degrees. We've had ice for the last 2 days. It took me 2 hours to drive into work and an hour and 45 minutes to drive home from work. So the ice is so thick and it got so cold that they literally could not scrape it off the roads. So yeah, that was fun. Thankfully I've got a little a little four-wheel drive, so I didn't have too much trouble. But if you know people that are in healthcare, please thank them and buy them some coffee and some donuts or something, because we don't get to we don't really get to take days for weather like a lot of other people do. I was hoping we would see some herbs down here.
I need to get closer.
I hope that my explanation of how gear works was able to be followed reasonably well. Because even at just entry level into like kind of heroic type gear, like that, being able to do heroics is such a step up from like level 68 dungeons, let's say, that it's, you know, it kind of can be a bit of a struggle to, wow, those are pretty good. Yeah, I'm still so tempted to level another, to level that warlock, but I have resisted. I have resisted. But yeah, I do remember going from, man, I'm trying to remember exactly what character I had when we went from normal to heroic. I want to say a pally tank. I can't remember. It's been so long ago. But I do remember like really kind of agonizing over my gear and having basically to farm kind of normal dungeons to be able to get the dungeon set that I needed. Hopefully we won't have to do that too much. To be able to start doing heroics. I think druids have like a really interesting, like we don't really have to have dodge. I mean, dodge is nice, and that is a stat that we're gonna try and get quite a bit of. But basically just stacking stamina and having enough hit, and then everything else is, you know, just armor. You know, we get such a huge armor bonus, obviously. Oh, come on. That the armor itself is our mitigation, and that's kind of really all that we need. Because even though I don't have like a huge, like really good gear. I'm almost at my armor threshold, so there we go. So that's that. All right, let's go see. All right, so we can do that living rot also, and then get, because those guys also drop the, or they're, it drops from the ghouls, I should say. Oh, there's Naxxramas. We will not be seeing that unless we go into Wrath of the Lich King content. I've definitely not pushed myself toward that end. Ooh, nice. Yeah, Mountain Silver Sage and sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. And Plague Bloom's what we need to focus on. Alright. So to do this living rot, we have to have 7 pieces of living rot and then use that to ooh, Librum of Constitution. Oh, of course he would dodge. So these living rots have a 5 or a, oh no, it's 10-minute. I thought it was a 5-minute. I'm still not sure how I make skeletons bleed, but I'm not going to complain. It's 5. Yeah, I thought for sure I would see a few ghouls down here, but All right.
Zug zug.
Coagulated rot. So that doesn't expire. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to probably not pick up any more Ungaro soil for this, even though it is kind of handy. Yeah, not that time, but um, there's one. Wow. I don't need any more living rot. Please stop. So on these ghouls, to do the Defenders of Darrowshire, you have to find any... Oh, why did I not have my... No. You have to kill them and then they spawn these spirits and then you just have to talk to them. So there is that. Yeah. Just not a lot of them around. Okay, let's go to... we got to kill some monstrous plague bats. And then I also picked up Ranger Lord's Behest, which is up there where those night elves are up there. So I'm going to go do that quest. You guys remember I did that on, I think I did that on Flagell, and it was quite the experience. So I'm going to go up here and kind of finish off some of these quests, and if I find anything really interesting, I will put that, I'll kind of review that. I'm not anticipating anything really interesting, but like I said, I'm just basically going to finish these out. If I do some more dungeon runs, I will record those. I do have the Zul'Gurub run went really well. If I can't remember if I've recorded since then or not. I will definitely have that put up. And then I think a couple of other things that I've recorded. So, but that's kind of my plans. And then once the Burning Crusade actually hits, we will definitely be back with some interesting experiences. So, like I said, we're not going to go just kind of straight in to Burning Crusade and just start questing in Hellfire. Like, I definitely have a very specific plan in mind to kind of get us into... I don't want to say end game, because I don't... I mean, I definitely want to do Karazhan, and Karazhan is actually going to be open right from the jump. So that's... You just kind of have to... You have to be revered with everybody so that you can get their heroic keys. So there's a lot of dungeon farming, but I want to be able to have gear to make that fairly painless. So definitely Ursul's Claw, and then there is actually, I forgot to mention, in Cenarian Expedition, there is actually a staff that I can equip at 62 that is fairly good. I mean, attack power by 68 is not awful, and run speed increase, that's not terrible. I still like um, this is still like head and shoulders better though, for sure. So um, and that drops fairly often. That's the good thing about these
It's too far away.
The dungeons. The drop lists are fairly small and they're very focused, so they definitely want these first dungeons to really kind of give you the equipment that you need. And then there's, you know, like some leather stuff that's going to be nice. All right. So I'm going to pause the video, and when I come back, I should have a lot of these non-dungeon quests completed, and then we will be ready to do some dungeoning. So I want to do some Stratham, I want to do some Scholomance. I would really like to, wow, I almost clicked on that like an idiot. I would like to do some Dire Maw, but I don't know if I don't know if I'm going to be able to get into a Dire Maw run. I wouldn't mind it, but it's been so long since I've been in there, and those dungeons are a lot of, yeah, I don't know. Like the tribute runs, you can get some really, really good gear, but I don't know. Come on, just wand it. Oh, there you go. Enjoy. I gave you Innervate. Just kill it. Oh my gosh. And he ran right into another one. Back there, watch. No. So yeah, I'm making my way over here. But actually, I need to go and get that symbol of lost honor really quick, too. Has he still not killed that thing? Weird. Do you not have a wand? No, wait, no. He got... Yeah, he's not even running with... Yeah, see, those are good. Kind of pants. Communal pants. Here. Oh, it's a free trial. Never mind. Well, good luck to you, bud. Have fun. Alright, let's find some more bats. Anyway, so I'm gonna off screen a lot of this so that you guys don't have to watch this. Me floundering around. I wish I could. Well, I don't know. I don't know if anybody would actually watch me stream. I see people doing it, and it's like, I kind of want to try that, but at the same time, I don't have... I'm just not very entertaining. I don't know. Maybe I'm just down on myself, but... Like, I see people that are just so much more charismatic and well-spoken, and they don't hem and haw and have, like, weird talking abilities. Anyway, so I'm going to pause, and I will start recording when I get over to the Night Elf area in just a second. All right, hold on. All right. Well, I did a lot of the quests. Let me show you real quick. So the only thing I've not been able to finish is Defenders of Darrowshire. And those ghouls are incredibly difficult to find. I've killed and killed and killed and killed stuff. So right now we're going to do a Strathholm Undead side. So hopefully I will get my Maul Charm. I'm going to head over here and repair, empty my bags. And I will be right back, and we will do another Strath Undead run, which is actually a pretty fun little dungeon. Oh yeah, and I also found a Black Lotus in the wild, so yay for that. I really need more space. Yeah, I will probably use my agility elixir also, so... Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying the content, and like I said, I'm really looking forward to Burning Crusade. We're going to get these quests ready to turn in, and next week, I mean, it's going to be here. I mean, it's going to be here before you know it, so I will see you guys in the next episode. And as always, if you like the content, hit like and subscribe, and leave a comment, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.